Hi folks, Owen Ryan here, motivational speaker, road race organizer and a runner. This is my second video about running, or sport in general, and how it can benefit our mental health. This video will be all about energy, or our life energy. Now my top line explanation of life energy is that it's made up of physical, mental and spiritual energy. Now there are more energy than those three depending on what you subscribe to. But I'm only going to focus on our mental energy here because it's more relevant to mental health. Okay, let's dive in. All day long, we're absorbing and emitting energy from our bodies and our minds. When I say absorbing energy, I'm not just talking about the food you eat. I'm talking about the other energies. Like, for example, the energy from the sun, to give it a physical example, and the energy from our thoughts. Now let me give you a person-to-person example on that one. Do you know someone who is an energy vampire? Someone who, when you listen to them, or just being in their very presence, gives you the feeling of being absolutely drained? Or have you ever watched something on the news and it made you emotional? These are both life energy occurrences. The experience isn't yours, but you feel the energy from them. Now most of us are not aware that we are absorbing and emitting energy, so we're completely porous to the energies of others that are floating around. I'll take a guess that most people who have had their best races, perhaps unawares to themselves, were when your life energy levels were really high. Now this could also be labelled as being in the zone, having flow, or maybe homeostasis from a racing perspective. Whatever you want to call it, that's fine. However, in my opinion, this didn't just happen during the race. This happened because of the prepared state you were in consciously or subconsciously on the lead up to, and of course during the race. In other words, your life energies were up. Energy is a fuel for the body after all, and it's my belief that absorbing and emitting positive life energy will help you run faster and help you perform better in general. So the burning question is, how do I increase or sustain my life energy? Well, happily I've briefly touched on it, so if you're still with me, great. To stay alive and physically active, we need to eat for energy, ideally healthy food of course. And food is absorbed into our bodies, and our body filters what it needs in terms of nutrients, and we just crap out the rest. Now I'll use the same example for our minds in terms of energy, or the thoughts we absorb and emit from our minds. However, there's one big difference. And the big difference is our ability or inability mostly to crap out the stuff that we don't want or need. Let's call that stuff the negative chatter or negative energy. That's the chatter that's putting us down or draining our life energy by dominating our thoughts. Strongly felt emotions are an example of that. Because many are unable to expel it, we hold on to this negative chatter and regurgitate it even though it doesn't serve us. In fact, this negative chatter can build up over time and cause mental health issues. Our mechanism to pass a stool, to use a doctor's term, from our mind may not be functioning due to overload or underuse. If that's the case, then we need to begin catching these thoughts at source rather than letting them into our minds to clog us up. So my takeaway from this video is to become conscious of the energy filter in your mind and how it affects your life energy. Now putting that in layman's terms in the context of this message, that means becoming aware of what effect your thoughts are having on your life energy. Now this is not exactly a call out to pump in the positive all the time, even though that does help, but it's more about establishing the awareness to filter the negative thoughts at source. Let's examine this scenario for context. You read something on social media where you feel you've been attacked or bullied. A question you might ask yourself is this: do I want to think about what that person wrote all day long, using up all my valuable life energy, or will I choose to just let it go? Now we're conscious beings after all, so we have the ability to let this go and be unfazed by it. And some people are better at it than others, but some are more practiced at it than others. So don't expect to be a natural straight away. It begins simply with awareness and management, which is what I'm aiming to create through this video. For example, this vampire of energy that I spoke of earlier, if you know what to expect, then you can turn on your filter and be present with them, but your energy isn't influenced by them. And that keeps your life energy up. Now at this stage, I've concentrated mostly on absorbing energy, but have you ever thought about the energy you're emitting to others? This is interesting. Most people won't remember what you said to them, but they will remember how you made them feel. Now this is the non-verbal communication transmitted by energy. Watch this. The next point I'm going to share with you is this, blah, blah, blah. Now if I spoke to you like this in the video, you'd be out of here. So a challenge I'm suggesting you take is to raise your energy. The challenge is to give an extra 5% of attention, enthusiasm, or time, etc. to someone. And the funny thing about doing this is that it actually makes you feel better as well as them. So it's a win-win by all accounts. Give it a go. You'll get it right sometimes and you won't some others. If you're feeling mentally low, I recommend meditation, exercise, and nature. Personally speaking, running does all those three for me at once. Maybe a new, more relatable goal for active people, if feeling low, is to raise your life energy, the physical, mental, and spiritual energy I spoke of. Because a mood is hard to define, whereby energy is more tangible to gauge and it's speaking your kind of language. Plus, energy levels have an influence on our moods. If you're feeling low, challenge yourself to raise your life energy rather than raising your mood. You'll do this through quality sleep, nutrition, and exercise, and by engaging your energy filter so you're not absorbing other people's problems or becoming a storage facility for your own. And make an effort to emit more life energy so you and the other person get a buzz from it. Nice one. I'll leave that with you, and I'll see you in the next video.